My name is Rhett Spivey, and I own the Lakewood 400 Antiques Market in Forsyth County. If it weren't for the movie Deliverance, there would be no Lakewood 400 Antiques Market here in Forsyth County. Back in the mid-1970s, my father, Ed Spivey, was Director of Tourism for the state of Georgia, and his mandate from the state was get people, businesses, etc. to come into the state of Georgia, enjoy the state, and then leave their money behind, not to be crass, but that was the idea behind the tourism department. Dad got wind of some activity up in Rabun County, which is in northeast Georgia. A little town called Clayton was experiencing a lot of activity, and he wanted to go find out what it was all about. And so he went up there and found all the restaurants were packed with people. The hotels were full, the motels were full, the place was just kind of a buzz. And it turns out there was a Hollywood production crew had scouted northeast Georgia as a location for the movie Deliverance. They had settled into the town for a couple of months and sort of taken over, and Dad quickly realized, it was like, wow, these people are in town, they're spending a lot of money, the shopkeepers are making money, and then they're going to leave. Dad went to then Governor Jimmy Carter and pitched the idea, in essence, hey, this is pretty cool. These people came into town in groves, they spent a ton of money, and then they left. The governor said, you know what, that's a great idea. Why don't we establish a department? We'll call it the Georgia Film Commission, and Ed, why don't you head it up? It's grown into a big deal, just from that one simple little idea. The movie industry grew, and a production called Smokey and the Bandit came to town, and it turned out to be a big deal too. But during the production of that series, Dad and Burt Reynolds, who was like the man back then, a #1 box office draw, they became really close friends. The production crew was doing a scene for Smokey and the Bandit that called for a roller coaster to be blown up. And Burt and the production people says, if we want to get anything done in Atlanta, call Ed and he'll find us a roller coaster that we can blow up. And they found this roller coaster at the old Lakewood fairgrounds. And they blew up the roller coaster. And Dad was a pretty influential man at that time, and he kind of had a vision. He goes, I'm going to turn this into a production facility. He had to, make payroll and pay the rent and everything else. While he was putting together this dream of a motion picture studio, he put together the Lakewood Antiques Market. The old Lakewood Antiques Market grew into one of the biggest in the country, and the one in Atlanta, it just took off. I mean, it was iconic, historic. He was left with an asset, and so it was like, okay, now what? But he knew of 2,000 or 3,000 dealers, antiques dealers, that would basically follow him anywhere. And so one of the things Dad liked to do when he was in the film industry was he loved location scouting. So he set out scouting for a place to where he could move his antiques market to. He was tooling up 400 one day and looked up to the left, and here this building sat. He was able to find out who owned the building, contacted them, and made a deal. So I'll put up the dealers, you put up the building and whatnot. That was 20 years ago. He moved his show into this building, Lakewood 400 in Forsyth County, and it's going strong. People in the community love it. It's pretty well known, and it's been a great success. We lost Dad 5 or 6 years ago, and so my brother and I, we run it now. We've always been around it, so it was a natural for us just to step in and take it over, and we enjoy it. It's a good gig. I love a lot of things about this show. The fact that it is a show, it's show business. We've got to put on a good show for our customers. What does a good show look like? We got great merchandise. Our dealers are cool. They're fun to do business with. You're around happy people. Typically, they're here to have a good time. Just like today, there's some guy walking around with a little pig and everybody just laughing and carrying on and petting that little pig, and 500 booth spaces. I hear it all the time. from customers, unsolicited, will come to that window at our office and just stick their head and say, we just want y'all to know we love this place, and y'all's dealers are just so friendly and so fun to be with. Forsyth County's growing, and not everybody knows about the place. You know, they come from California or Tennessee or Florida or something. They don't know that they've got one of the finest antiques markets in the country. We're voted every year Best of Forsyth. USA Today's voted us top 10 in the country. So we'd like to invite anybody that wants to come see us. We're here. We're between exit 13 and 14 off Highway 400. And I think once you come, if you're into this sort of thing, you'll be hooked.